Okay, it's time for today's CSS Battle. Let's see what we've got. Okay. I'm possibly seeing 4 elements and some rotation going on here. So, actually let's just use space template. And we'll do 1p. To 190, so 70. Let's also actually give this a width for a change. Let's make it a red background temporarily, and then let's give it some margins. So what about 60? 70 is good that way, and 120, 110, 108. Hang on. Should have been 112. There we go. Now then, instead of that red, how about we go with a conic gradient at 30 pixels, 30 pixels. Transparent 75%, and then the pink. Should give me the top left square, and then we make this 0, 0, 40 pixels, 40 pixels. And then all we actually need is, let's just use a linear gradient for the second part. Do pink for 30 pixels, and then transparent. Oop, wrong way round, but yeah. Do we worry about that being the wrong way round? Alright, we'll do transparent for 40 pixels, and then we'll do the pink. There we go. Doesn't make much difference in the scheme of things. Certainly character wise it's about the same. Now we want a second P. Margin on this wants to be -70. Would bring it totally up. Let's make that 140. That will line it straight over the top. Then let's do P and margin 0. Let's actually change that back to 70. That'll do it nicely. And then 0 and 212 maybe. Let's have a look and see how far out we are. Okay, 222. No, 202. 202 is good. this one we want rotate 90 degrees. Yeah, that's not quite right. Minus 90 degrees. That'll do it. And then we're going to want another P. Let's have a look at where we are now. That is just underneath. So let's add another P. And we don't, I think we want this to be 20. And we'll save ourselves some issues. We'll rotate this one 180 degrees maybe. Yeah. And we want a fourth P. Where it's going to be minus 70. No, minus 90. And 112. And this should be a rotate 90 degrees. Let's see how close we are. That is a 100% match. Is there anything we could have done that would have made that shorter maybe? Not that I'm immediately seeing. Let's remove that lot. If we used a variable, would it actually be shorter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's just do var. Hang on. How many characters were we at? So 393. See, that's actually longer. Variables do not always save us things. We've got a minimal number of margins. Okay, let's just minify unit replace and hit submit. That's not a bad score. Now, how else could we do this? Probably just using box shadows all over the place. So, let's use the nested template, and we're just going to get it to the top left corner. So 99. So that's 70. 102, 103, 104, 105, 112, 122. Okay, just 120. Now then the bottom's going to be, okay, let's go 120, 7, 90, 240 is going to be too much. How about 220? How about 190? Okay, so 200 dead. And oh, that's the wrong one. That one I want to be that. 240, 250. Okay, now that gets us just that one square. We make that this color. We also set color to that color. We set this background to this. Then we do a box shadow. X is going to go along 40 and 0. And then 40 plus 20 plus 30, 70? Obviously. We're just going to get all the little squares first. 90 pixels, 40 pixels. Then 40 pixels, 90 pixels. 40 pixels, 130 pixels. Then 90 pixels, 130 pixels, and 130 pixels, 130 pixels. Right, that gets all but those squares. So that's nice and pretty. Now, we could do those as 3 box shadows each, I think. It's a bit messy. Let's do the first one first. So 0 and 40 pixels, and then 20 and 40 pixels, and then 40 and 40 pixels. That gets that first one. And then 130 pixels and 0, 130 pixels and 20 pixels, 30 pixels and 40 pixels gets that one. Then 0 pixels and 90 pixels, 0 pixels, 110 pixels, 0 pixels, 130 pixels, and then 90 pixels, 130 pixels. Okay, let's try 130. Okay, where's that one gone? 130 is the right hand side. Oh, no. Let's try 90 here. Yeah. Then 130 pixels, 110 pixels. No. Oh no, this stays 130, 140 pixels. No, 150 pixels, 90 pixels. Okay, what have I done wrong here? Let's have a look. Okay, that should be maybe 90. Okay, so 90, 110, 130. That will get us all of the bits again. Let's just check that's still 100%. And then let's minify unit replace. It's only 3 characters more than the other solution. That's quite depressing. Because that's an abuse of box shadows if ever I've seen one. Now, is there any other way that we could do this? If you only could rotate box shadows, this would be easy. Okay, let's just use 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's use 3 elements. So let's go base template. Let's get rid of that background. Change it for this one. And then let's do a P width 30, height 30, background. This colour. Then let's make a second P. Make this so that it's got a width of 70. And let's make the third P. That gives us 3 elements that we can mess with. We're actually going to get rid of the backgrounds on those in a minute, but we're going to let them stand for now. In fact, I'm not even sure that I'm going to move them into place because I'm not sure that I need to. Because we're going to box shadow all of them, let's just go box shadow. All we're looking for is this square first off. We're also going to shortcut these just so that they don't show up for now. In fact, we only need to do that the once. 62, 110, 112, and then 152, 62, 152, 182, 202, 202, 62. That gets those. And then 202, 102. I'll get that one. And then 152, 62, 92, 112. That's not far enough. Oh, needed to add. There we go. Oh, that makes sense. 152 pixels, 192 pixels. Gets that one. Furthest across is 202 pixels, 192 pixels. That'll get that one. And then 242 pixels, 192 pixels. Okay, so that's all of those taken care of. They'll all be black dots. Yeah, there you go. We will sort that problem out in a second. But first off, let's do the box shadows on the next bit, which will be minus 16. Let's just try 112 pixels, 90 pixels, 70, 60, 58. How about 60? 62, no, 57, 56, 56. We'll also just temporarily get rid of this. And then this wants to go 202 pixels, 112 pixels maybe. How about 102? 106. That gets that one in. Then this one. We want 112 pixels, 8 pixels, 12, about 40, 50, 60, 60 dead, 60 dead, and then 242 pixels, minus 60. Minus 60 is too much. How about minus 20, 30? There we go. Then instead of this background, we're going to use color and do that. And that should be 100% match. probably make the numbers nicer if I actually had used some margins and put at least the first couple in the right places. Then yeah, the calculations may have been easier, but let's do that and that. It's a shorter solution, so that's nice. Still not great though. I don't like it. Okay, anyway, let's give these back a background of... Oh no, because you can't box shadow over the top of... but let's actually make those red. Now, margin 60, 120. That's not quite right. How about 70, 110, 112. And then this would only be 40 and 0. What we after? 40. No, not 40. So 40 would be the start, then 30. So 40, 30, and 20 is 90. We'll also make that a 0. And then we can do 90 and 90? No, 40. Yeah. So that's got all of the top in the right places. Then we want, let's go 40 and 20, 30. 40 pixels will take us to there. We want to drop it by 40, 60, only 60. Oh, hang on, we're missing a comma. Oh, let's remove that and then maybe... Okay, that's better. Then 40, 130. Then 130, 130. And 170, 130. Oh God. Okay. That should have been 90, and that should have been 130. Okay, beautiful. Now, this wants to be -70, I think. How about -60? That will line that one up neatly with that. And then this one's margin wants to be 10. And 112. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay. We're going to leave that like that for now. Right, so that spot shadow doesn't want to be anything like that. It wants to be 120 pixels, 90 pixels maybe. That's too far down. 40 pixels, 50 pixels, and then 110. How about 90? Not 990. That looks about right. So that's good. And then this one wants to be 40 plus 40, 80 plus 20, 100. Might be 110. We'll work that out in a minute. And minus 90 pixels. 110, 120, 130. Okay, then we'll change this background to that colour, and that will get us everything. Let's just check that's 100% as well. That is also 100%, and then let's minify, unit replace, and remove the semicolon from the end. So slightly longer, but we're in the ballpark. Is there any other ways that we could do this? I think we could do all of this on the nested template. So we'll give this one a quick go. This is going to be messy. Then we'll make this background this temporarily. Let's go margin, what to say, 70 and 110. $120. Okay. Now instead of that, we're going to use a conic gradient. We're going to say, so that's 120, 190. So let's do at 70 pixels. 70 pixels, transparent, 75%, and then pink. Then let's shift it not at all and make it 80 pixels, 90 pixels wide, and 90 pixels high. We'll shift the top by nothing at all as well. And now we have the fun bit. So let's define a another gradient as a conic gradient at 30 pixels, 30 pixels, and then it's the same as this, except I want this bit to be transparent and this bit to be the blue because we're covering. Then we can use var g oh god, we'll do 0, 0, 40 pixels, 40 pixels, then no repeat. Oh, I'm not going to like this, I can tell already. Oh no, that still needs to be that, then that's going to be 40 pixels off. Then 90 pixels. Oh, this is horrible. 40 pixels. Let's just make that because this is going to stay the same. I know there's a shortcut key, I just can't remember what it is. Right. Uh, 40 pixels, 90 pixels. Oh. Oh. About yeah, that's a problem. Oh, these are gonna need. Oh. Oh, that's not good. I might need a different conic gradient. Like this H from 180 degrees maybe. do I want? So I want 10, 10. 1030. 1030 looks like it might be right. Why am I 10 further over than I expect to be? Oh, because yeah. No, this makes sense. This makes sense. This is horrible. It's those two. Oh, this is still going to be problematic because now we're in the bottom. It's been top right for these. Could I have done the? Let's do 1010 and at 180. That would do that. And then okay. That's still horrific though. There is no way that's going to crunch down into anything sensible. And if I unit replace, yeah, that's huge. But that's how you could do it with just gradients in an interesting fashion. Anyway, let's load back up the highest score we've got, which is 63356. Yeah, 63356. Let's load that one. And that was just a bunch of box shadows. Oh, we can actually make that one shorter by doing that. So this is quite horrific. In that it's all just box shadows. But hey, you know, these things work. Oh, also, my unit replace is beautiful. Look at that, 2-inch. Okay, that's where we're going to leave it today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.